Good morning, my friends. Rich Lohman here with your woohooing thought of the day. Just getting set up here a little bit slow this morning, so hopefully things are good and things are right.
Good morning, my friends.
Ooh, that is loud. Good morning, Peter Stippen. I can see you're with us. I'm a little off kilter this morning, but we're gonna get there. So good morning. Happy, what is today? Happy Tuesday, December 22nd, almost Christmas, almost. What an exciting week, right? Week filled hopefully with hope, joy, love, gift giving, good food, all that good stuff. So continuing on this journey that I feel like I'm on, that I keep sharing thoughts of the day. All the things that I just said, especially the good food, it goes without saying that one of the thoughts that we should have about who we want to become and the goals that we want to set and achieve, and how we're going to make 2021 full of hope, which is goals, willpower, way power, is we're going to have some self-control. And so we're going to talk about self-control today. And first, I'm going to share with you guys, John Wooden said, if you lose self-control, everything will fall. So self-control is, if you lose that, everything else is going to fall. And Napoleon Hill also said something similar. If you do not conquer self, you will be conquered by self. So I just want to unpack this thing about self-control and talk about it in comparison to willpower. That's where I went in my growth a little bit this morning, and just sifting through, discovering what's the difference. What's the difference between willpower and self-control? And what I've come, if I could simplify it, values, when your values and the things you desire, our goals, when our values and our goals are out of alignment, then we're cross between choosing a direction and to go after the goals, which don't have any immediate reward. We're going to have to use willpower, because there's so many things that we desire to have and do every day that aren't in alignment with our goals. And that's where willpower comes in. But the tough thing about willpower is each day it's like a muscle, and it has finite capacity as a muscle. And eventually we'll run out of willpower each day if we keep tapping into it. That's the key, if we keep tapping into it. So how do we stay away from tapping into willpower too often, too much? Develop self-control. And self-control is developed when your goals, values, and desires are all in alignment. So an interesting thought, an interesting discussion, an interesting conversation for you guys to have is, we did about 45 days ago, we did a webinar on how to do a life audit. And part of the life audit, if you guys want it, just say, can you send me the link? I'll send you guys the link to both the how to do a life audit and the goal setting 101, which we put into a inform product. There's just 2 webinars, 2 worksheets, and you can download it. But the thing about how to do a life audit is it tasks us to identify what we value, what our values are, because I'm asking you to identify what your goals are and have hope for 2021. But if you haven't ever done the values exercise, and now you're going into the goals exercise, the tough thing about it is you could be out of alignment, therefore tapping way too much into willpower. I want to set you up for success. I want you to have hope, and I want you to have self-control, and I want you to have willpower and know how to use each one to achieve everything you want. Because like we said, Napoleon Hill said, if you do not conquer self, you'll be conquered by self. And John Wooden said, if you lose self-control or never develop self-control, everything will fall. The goals you set will fall, and you will fail to them. So this is an interesting, fun conversation for me, and I want to know you guys' thoughts on it. Good morning, Melissa. Good morning, Rochelle. Good morning, Tanya. Good morning, Kathy and Ed. This is a fun conversation for me. So I want to know, what do you guys think? Willpower, self-control. Have you really spent time making sure that your values and your goals are in alignment so that you have self-control and you can work towards them. There's intrinsic and extrinsic reward systems that are at play here. And do you know the difference between the two? That's what I want us to think about, because the power of thinking, and how we're going to be doing a series in the Passport to Growth that starts out 2021 with, just going into all the development of thinking. Because if you can develop your thinking, you can develop everything from there. So, self-control and goals. What are your thoughts on this? The scripture that I pulled along with it for this is from 2 Peter chapter 1, verses 5 through 7. I'm going to read it to you. It says, "For this very reason, make every effort to add to your faith goodness. Add to your faith goodness, and to goodness, knowledge, and to knowledge, self-control, and to self-control, perseverance, and to perseverance, godliness, and to godliness, mutual affection, and to mutual affection, love." So if you really went back and wrote those words down, what you said was faith, goodness, goodness to knowledge, knowledge to self-control, and self-control to perseverance. Add perseverance to godliness, and godliness to mutual affection, and mutual affection to love. If you wrote all those words down, you'd provide yourself with a pathway to the development of self. I found this, I got excited about it. This conversation on self-control is powerful, and I want us to have hope. I want us to have hope and goals and self-control and willpower and a plan. And that's what this scripture gives us, is sort of a plan to the achievement of and development of self. So I'm excited to have this conversation with you guys all. I hope you have an absolutely amazing day, and we'll see you in another thought of the day.